You as an actress, how did you fall into that?
Honestly, you know, and I'm sorry if y'all hear my dog. I got an 82-pound golden doodle named Black Panther.
And where's Black Panther?
He's in the garage.
Stay there, Black Panther.
He's a sweet baby, but he's very intimidating.
Okay.
But I knew you don't like dogs.
No.
For me, I have to say that me being on 911, I have to give absolute props to two people.
Okay.
That's casting director, who's now, I think she's head of development or casting development over at UNC, but Natasha Ward and the late great John Singleton.
Really?
Natasha called me in to read for Snowfall, which John Singleton created and was directing. And John and I had met years ago when I had done the Bill Duke acting boot camp, one of the best acting boot camps I've ever taken in my entire career. I still practice so many of those, you know, things that he taught us. Excuse me. And she called me in to audition for Snowfall. I went all the way to network, which just means basically you're one step away from getting the role. Like you're just, you know, so went in for network, chemistry tested, actually chemistry tested with my boy Omar Dorsey from Queen Sugar.
Yeah.
John was like, you know, great, great, great. Didn't get it. And as I was leaving, John was like, yo, that was great, that was great. He said, he said, I'll get back at you or whatever. He called me later on that day and told me that I didn't get the part. There was many reasons. This is how you, okay, wait, okay, make sure, okay. On my phone, I was like, girl, stop calling me. And he said, but I'm directing this new show. Whoops, I'm sorry. Sorry.
What she meant was just pause.
Right, shut up, leave me alone, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you, Siri. So he told me I didn't get the part, but he was directing this new show called American Crime Story. That was The People versus OJ. And he said there was a part that was perfect for me. He goes, he goes, you got the part. Just put yourself on tape to appease.
He said you got the part.
He said you got the part. He said, just put yourself on tape to appease the powers that be. And I said, okay. Okay. So I ran and put myself on tape.
How quickly did you take
it's a matter of hours.
I know that's
matter of hours. Like I had just gotten
Let's get it done.
I had just gotten home from the Snowfall Network audition when he called me and told me, and then told me to put myself on tape. This is all done in one day. Wow. And so I sent the tape over, and he called me later on that evening. He goes, we got the tape, I'll call you in the morning. Next morning he called me, you got the parts.
Yes.
You know? And from there, it was a 9-month incredible journey of working with him, working with Ryan Murphy, working with Anthony Hemingway. It was like amazing, you know, and then of course, you know, watching people like, you know, Sarah Paulson and Courtney B. Vance and John Travolta, it was like being in a master
I can imagine.
It was like being in a master class you didn't feel you were worthy of. So,
did you have butterflies?
Yeah, the first, I mean, I'm gonna tell you, the day that made me go, okay, you can kill me over right now. I'm standing on set, and all of a sudden I feel a hand on the small of my back, and it goes, hey, Coca, how you doing? I turn, it's John Travolta.
Stop!
I'm like, hey, how you doing? Okay. All right, yeah.
Well, let me see the laugh again.
Yeah. I'm going to ban from right quick. And I'm like, oh my God! Like, John Travolta knows my name.
Right.
Like, and then it was like, you know, he came beside me, he was getting in between me, you know, and he was like, hey, Coca, how you doing? I said, oh, hey, I'm good, John, how you doing?
Wow.
Acting like this is normal as I'm peeing a little, you know? So, and then of course, Courtney B. Vance, love him. Me and him were just cutting up on set, having such a great time, you know, and I never knew I was gonna end up working with his wife on the next show.
Right.
So that's how that happened. John opened those doors for me. He got me on that show. He gave me a part that, even though I didn't have a lot of lines, I had a lot of screen time. A lot of screen time, because I played a juror that had to do a lot of acting with her eyes. And that's what John said to me when we were talking. He says, I knew you were perfect for this, Coca. He said, because your eyes say so much without your mouth moving.
So give me one of the things they said you had to do with your eyes.
Well, I mean, I had to react. Like, there were times that when Courtney B. Vance was acting like Johnny Cochran and he was doing like closing arguments or whatever, and he would look to me and I had to react as if I was saying something to him without opening my mouth.
Okay.
It was a lot. I mean, there was times that the camera was here on me. There was a camera on everybody else in the jury box, and there was a camera right on me.
What was the most difficult for the reaction that you had to give, that they had that you had to redo it like that look?
I didn't have to.
Okay. Give me one of the looks.
I mean, it was a reaction. It's like, you know, what was it? I think it was when they were Mark Furman, when they were doing the scene where they were questioning Mark Furman, and I knew I thought he was a liar, and I had to. And he was speaking, and I kind of was just looking at him like,
yes, that.
It was all in the face, like all in the eyes, all in the face. So, and the camera was constantly on me. The camera stayed on me.
Do you know, as you are saying this and you start thinking about television shows, like Law and Order is one of my favorite, and when they go to the jury and they're looking at the faces do tell the story.
Yeah, you can tell who's believing it, you can tell who's not, you can tell who's invested, you can tell who's not, you can tell who's want to be there and who want to go home. Like, you can tell. So I owe John so much. You know, I miss him terribly because he was one of those few people that I know saw me beyond comedy, and he said that to me. He said that to me when my tenure with Tyler Perry had stopped and the show had been canceled and ended, and I was moving on, and I reached out to him, which is so crazy. I reached out to John, and he said, "Well, now it's time to show the world you more than funny." He said, "I've been seeing that. The world needs to see that." And I said, "For real?" And he opened that door. He brought me in front of Ryan Murphy, and that is what got me 911. Because,